Hello, everyone. Thank you for clicking in. I really appreciate all the wonderful, wonderful support. I hope everybody's doing all right today. So, what we've got going on is a lot of really strange things happening as usual because society is going to find itself in weirder and weirder as things move on. So, that's kind of a prediction that I heard from from like a, what do you call it? One of those really smart, thinky type people who's able to kind of like peer into the future, I guess. I try to be that way. I try to look at what's going on around me and, not really be able to predict the future, but just kind of peer into the cause and effect of things. And cause and effect has many different outcomes depending upon how this cause gets started. So, a few months ago, there was a thing that happened with Bud Light, and we haven't talked much about that. And I'm surprised in a good way that it has had somewhat of a social recourse to where it's become part of culture now, just that quick, because you can't, even if you wanted to drink a Bud Light, you'd be like, it's almost like, used to, it was like a bad thing if you were, somebody's like, what are you doing? I'm just smoking some crack. And you're like, well, damn. So they would hide and go somewhere because it had a weird stigma behind it. But I think now we're at the point in time in history and society where now you can actually not be ashamed to smoke crack as much as you would be hold a Bud Lighted can in your hand. It's like somebody will see you from across the yard. What are you doing over there with your transmission fluid? I don't drink, by the way. I used to. I don't want to go into a big spew about my history with drugs and alcohol, but I've had my belly full of both. So the background that I contain here and how these people operate, because you're in that life story or that life situation as it plays out, you're around a lot of really crappy people, just because it's the name of the game, and those people tend to be what I see when they do you'll see the blue hairs and all the tattoos and the face piercings, and the only thing you don't see is because they the needles hanging out of their arms. But anyhow. The Bud Light thing it's good. It's good 100%. Except we got to remember how BlackRock likes to operate, because I think this is a shell company of this, that, and the other, and how that all works out with Anheuser-Busch and all the big people. That BlackRock will eventually go in there and just buy all the stock up really cheap, and then try to remarket and rebrand it and bring it back up. So we've got to be on our toes about that. We've got to figure out other ways to get to move the money in the right direction. So at some point you really got to come down on Ben and Jerry's because of what's going on with those people, dude. That's weird. I'm not a big ice cream eater, but if I ever decided to be, that'd be the last one I've read the ingredients of a lot of even expensive ice cream like Breyers and all that, and some of the stuff that's in there, it's not far from being antifreeze to keep it from freezing up all the way. It's weird how they do that, because yeah, so really, I just kind of tend to try to. I've been a lot more cautious about how I eat and what I eat. Here in the past couple of years, really, I was always, I could go put a pizza in the oven. Which, don't get me wrong, I stick one in there if I'm, I call them survival pizzas. But we try our best to know that that's a lot of GMO stuff in there, allegedly, and so that could be, somebody like me. It doesn't work that well with my body, so we've learned that over the years. And anyway, so I'm getting real off subject. Bud Light, GMO, they've got all that. It wasn't even real beer. It was like some kind of mixture of something and a flavor, and they put some fizz behind it, and they would call that. And so, anyways, let me go to an article right quick, and I got a couple of these. It's going to come together, and I'm going to leave you with one. It's an old school video. I'm going to guess from circa maybe 99 or so, something like that. But this is some early InfoWars stuff. And Jesse Waters, Anna Navarro, I believe is his reporter's name. You got to stick around. If you not, just fast forward the video and watch this last little bit. I'm fine. I don't care. If you want to watch this, he shuts her down. And it was really, and so we need to see more of that. If we can, that's how you do that. That's how you win this. You just say it like it is. But let me get back here real quick, and we'll get to this. And this, so it just keeps getting laughable. So somewhere along the way, so this Twitter roasting thing that's going on, Bud Light can't go anywhere or say anything now. They try their best to you know, it's weird how they do this. This is one of the things that says, this is their tweet. It says, Bud Light, the best beer is an open beer. All right. Now, immediately right off the gate, they're doing everything they can to dance around that whole inclusivity, which seems to exclude a lot of people. Strangely, how that works. But, you know, when they're using that kind of wording, you know, you process open beer, or open like your legs, or better yet, whatever goes in there, just make it fit, you know, put it in there. And like, anyhow. So the deal with this is, you watch the tweets. We're just going to roll through a little bit of it to see here. It says, you are that dreaded junk drawer. And it gets better. Here's another one. Where's your boy Dylan? And here's another one. That depends on if Bud Light then is the best beer, is the other beer you can get your hands on. Bud Light turned its back on the working man and embraced a bunch of woke whiners. And then it says here, Bud Light ratios are the king of ratios. I start laughing, you know. Fixed typos. Let's see here. The best beer is an open beer of, well, I think Modelo is actually Anheuser-Busch as well. Some of these people need to really do some research on the... I could be wrong about that. Help me in the comment sections. But, you know, in other words, it's... Unless it's a Bud Light. It's just none of the... I've actually took time to go through some of the tweets on other things. It just really just gets bigger and bigger and funnier and funnier. And as that's happening, you've got... Bud Light becomes the laughing stock at a concert as the Beach Boys alum, however you want to say that, takes a shot at the woke company. Beach Boys alum Mike Love took the stage recently to take a jab. There's a lot of euphemisms in there. Take the jab at the woke corporation masters running Bud Light and Budweiser beers, as well as a joke about left-wing cancel culture as its gender-specific surfer girl tunes. I forgot about that. That song would piss a bunch of people off right now. Oh, my goodness. Just that one song. You're triggered. But as he introduced this next song, the Beach Boys summer anthem, Surfer Girl, the Love showed how Anheuser-Busch has become a massive laughing stock because of its fealty to the radical... some of these words are trigger words for the algorithm, and I probably said some already. But anyway, the Beach Boys, he's you know, that's good. I mean, so some of this stuff is copyright. So a lot of these videos I can't show. But long story short, you see where we're going with this, and it just keeps going on. It says here, this Dylan Mulvaney dude is raising safety concerns in U.S. amidst the Bud Light fiasco. So you're starting to feel the heat. Nobody, you know, not feeling what's going on. Finds comfort among the what do you call it? The Dalai Lama. I guess the Lamas, Dalai Lamas, and spiritual guidance from local shaman in Peru. This is the same Dalai Lama that we've seen made that boy suck his tongue. I mean, I don't know if it's the exact same one. I'm not sure. We're going to get on down in here and see. But this influencer confessed that he feels unsafe in this homeland. And compared to Peru, where the people here are so kind. Yeah, the Dalai Lama, that leader guy, if I'm not mistaken, dude, I'm not like a, what do you call it? I'm doing my best to put all this stuff together. So in the comment sections, I could be off, but I think that's who he was one of those people, the guy that you've seen on the thing, live on television, calls the little boy up and says, come over here and suck my tongue. Come on, kiss it. And then, you know, there was a big backlash about that. And then all of a sudden the media just went quiet about that. And now Mulvaney's down there. Somebody needs to go there and check on that little boy. That's all I'm going to say. Speaking of checking on the Reverend Al Sharpton, his pastor brother is jailed for 30 months for drug trafficking. income tax evasion, and lying to obtain Social Security benefits. Uh, uh, does anybody remember the 80s or late 70s whenever Al Sharpton was convicted of peddling the la coca? Does anybody remember that? This was Al Sharpton, and then all of a sudden everything's cool. He's the man. He's cool. He's all for everybody. But he was peddling all these drugs to his community, and making a bunch of money off of that, and didn't pay taxes on any of that money either. So there was a little bit of everything going on there. And so let's see here. Let me see here. Al Sharpton. Let's read a little bit about this. Reverend Al Sharpton's pastor brother has been jailed for 30 months for a slew of crimes, including drug trafficking, income tax evasion, and lying to obtain Social Security disability benefits. Dude, okay. Pastor Kenneth Sharpton, Glasgow, 58 years old, the half-brother of civil rights leader, was sentenced to more than 2 years behind bars. That's all? Seems pretty lightweight. Thursday for his illegal acts. His prison stint begins on August 17th. And, that's the day after my birthday. I'll be 42 years old, guys, and August 16th is right around the corner, y'all. We're going to enjoy this. We done made it over the hill. I think I had my midlife crisis, so I think we're going to roll out from here and see how this goes. I still outrun my 10-year-old daughter up a hill, so I'm doing all right. All right, so Glasgow pleaded guilty to embezzling $407,000 from two nonprofit organizations he founded, including the Ordinary People Society. Whoa! Does that not sound like some open stuff going on right there? And located in, Open Society Foundation. And this was located in Dothan, Alabama. And then it says a felon voting rights advocacy organization and the Prodigal Child Project. Prodigal? What? Okay. Wait a minute. And the Prodigal Child Project. There's a key word in there, guys. There's probably need to be some more looking into. Though the prosecutors allege he may have taken nearly $1 million from the nonprofits without reporting the income, U.S. District Judge R. Austin Hoffaker rejected that claim. Yeah, no way. And got maybe half of that money, probably. Anyways, after the sentencing hearing, Jim Parkerman, one of the Glasgow's defense attorneys, told the news outlets it was a fair sentence. And meanwhile, they're going after our man Donald Trump all the time. Look at those two criminals right there. Wow. Isn't that something else? That's how you sit when you look like a criminal. I'm just saying, allegedly. But the co-artist who runs this thing, Kenny Sharpton, Glasgow Ministries International, also pled guilty to. Whoa, the con artist pastor who also runs the Kenny Sharpton. So there's all kind of people that in this organization. So you see how this money gets funneled through the family. Do you see anybody remember Mad Maxine Waters funneling a bunch of money to her daughter for just answering the phone? Does anybody remember that? Paying her some sum of like $1 million a year or something crazy like that. It was a huge number. I don't know exactly what the number was, but it was pretty big. It could have been more than that. But yeah, dude, so this is a common thing. So the Bidens have an extensive family tree. We've got a brother and then we've got a son, and then we've got a doctor wife that's totally not Alice Cooper. And then we've got we keep forgetting about Haley Biden. That woman is nuts. She's messed up. She might be a victim of what happened to her, but regardless, there needs to be, you got to watch these people. Good and well, they got her hopped up on a lot of those antidepressants too. So that's probably really leveling things off, just knocking the edge off like all get out. I've got one other video right here that I'm going to show you at the end, and I've got to find it because it got gone on me, but I'll get it in there before you even know it. So anyways, Pure Evil, latest Disney's production, is a cartoon about a girl who inherits a ritualistic killing, blood drinking cult from her father. it was already a thing that came out that nobody would watch, and it was, I think it's something to do with the woman had a one-night stand, and then next thing you know, she's pregnant with the devil's son. But anyways, I can't play the videos only because of copyright, but there's a couple people involved with this that's really got me disappointed, guys. I am so disappointed in how this went down and who's involved with this, and that's a problem. I don't know what's going on with this, but I was looking up to this dude till okay, so anyway, so what it is the series stars Anne Murphy, John Cho, Kiersey Clemens, Stephen Root. I don't know who Anne Murphy is. John Cho, Kiersey Clemens, Amy Hill. I don't know who these. Christine Baranowski, Praise Petey from the, and executive producer Anna Dresden. Don't know who that is. Former head writer of Saturday Night Live, Bandera Entertainments. Oh, so Anna Dresden was a former head writer of Saturday Night Live. So that's all right. Then you got Bandera Entertainment's Mike Judge. I don't know. I don't know who, but Mike Judge. I know who that is. That's the person who did the Beavis and Butthead stuff. Which, in a sense, I should have been suspectful of that because of the fact that Beavis and Butthead was designed for an age group that shouldn't have been for an age group, and it was there to kind of steer an age group in a certain direction. And so there's a good chance that I should have expected that. It's like, probably should have thought about that, but at some point though, he did some stuff and he was talking about a lot of things that were on the side of what I was thinking on and all that. So, but then he's back helping Disney out make this terrible, awful cartoon. So I've got to keep my eyes on Mike Judge and see. You've got to be careful who you start pulling for. Trump's found that out. He found that out the hard way, dude, or something maybe. But I really don't understand why we got to have cartoons like this for children. It doesn't make any sense at all. And like I say, I just can't play the videos because of copyright. But now let me show you. I'm going to leave you out on this real quick here. The video I was talking about earlier. I'm going to leave you out on this. This is Jesse Waters and another feller having it out with a news reporter and making some seriously awesome points. Now, of course, this is an older video, and when it was put out, I would love to see what the report was. I'd be neat if I could go back to the memory hole and see Anna. I think Anna Navarre. We'll see how she actually put that all together, because she was using her, recording the whole time while they were recording. But let's just see what gets put up. But they've been doing that for years, which tells me that I'm new to this game, trying to figure out how we can save America, which means to tell me that we've got a long road ahead of us, and let's not get in a hurry. Let's not get demoralized whenever things don't go our way, because I would have to say, just the Awakening alone, the movie, The Sound of Freedom coming out, and now the world is like, whoa, crap, we're in the best place we've been at since the whole time this has been going on. The reason why we didn't know it was happening is because we didn't know it was happening. So that means that we've been losing for this long, and they've been getting by for so long now that we've woken up in the past 2 years, maybe 3 years. The amount of movement in our direction is exponential, and they know this, and that's why you see the whole rampant up. We thought we'd never seen people take over farms in Netherlands. We never thought we would see people make claims that that we're going to lock you down again. We never thought that, here we are. We're seeing it. We're starting to, they have to say it now because they can't be beating around the bush, because they've got to hurry up and follow through with their plan. So there's no more kid gloves. The kid gloves are off. And all we've got to do is just not buy into it. Let's not buy into it. Let's not feed into their organizations that's been perpetual money pits so that they can create the situations around us. That's all you got to do. And it doesn't mean that our life will be fun and full of flowers. We're going to have some tough times. We're going to have to learn to do some self-survival techniques, which we should have been doing anyways. We never should have started relying on huge grocery store chains. Yes, I know it's nice to go to the grocery store, grab some food, and go home so you can work on your hot rod. But what's more important? What is that? What's more important? Your sovereignty, your individuality, your individuality. Talk right. What's more important to you? Learning good grammar? I'm just saying, there's so many things in life that are more important than making something easy so that your convenience can be left so that you can spend time lulled and letting them just keep moving in on you. That's all. So here's a video. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Are you all right?
Are you okay? Oh, I'm feeling better than ever.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right.
Are you racist?
Am I what?
What do you think of these people now? Why? Why you stay
You
here?
said, are you racist?
Am I racist?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a racist. Why do you ask that?
Well,
Why is it that people who stand up for America and who want to protect our own borders, why are we always trying to be backed up with the racist thing? I'm standing here with a black man. If I was a racist, this is my brother right here. If I'm standing with him, how can I be a racist?
Are you a racist?
No.
So why would you ask him, is he a racist?
Well, let me see.
Why would you ask that question?
Why
I'd
you
like to know
stand
why
here?
And you
Answer this
ask,
question
you asking
first.
him because he's white and you want to get away with this racist remark. Are you a racist?
No.
So why is it that he a racist because he's standing up
Do you
for the
like
country?
the Latin people? Do you like
Do
it?
you like them?
Do you
no,
like-
no. Do you like them?
Yeah, I
Do you like
Latin
America?
people.
Do you like America?
Yeah.
Then what's the problem? You should be out here picking it with us. That's a dumb question to ask. You're asking that question so you can use it on your program to make him look like a racist. Why don't you ask me am I racist? Because I'm black, right? I love America too, and I think these illegal aliens need to be shipped back to their country. So why is that racist? You're a racist for asking him that question.
Thank you, Jesse.
And you're only doing it because he's white, and that's what you're going to show on your report tonight. You shouldn't play that kind of game. That's a dumb question.
Shame on you.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yes.
You're in America taking advantage of all the benefits that America has to offer, and your only comment, are you a racist? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Are you here legally?